never considered myself a gambler until I walked the streets of Sin City. A city where your most secret fantasy of being the high roller can be possible for the right amount of money. And when the sun goes down, the lights go up and the flashing marquee can leave you in a trance. Where it's not a question of right or wrong, but does it feel good? And if you're willing to tip, anything you want is waiting. All it takes is a quick trip down to the strip, and it doesn't take much to see the mirage of what you're trying to get. As I continue to walk down the streets, I'm intrigued as I see the people around me, mesmerized, hypnotized by all that Vegas has to offer, so much that they're willing to offer everything they've worked so hard to earn, offer the chance to beat the odds and get to the top of their own little world. And because those lights are so bright, it's almost like stage fright, and some girl's dream to become America's Next Top Model is cashed in for some small part in the next film to be produced in some shady suite. See, she didn't think she was a gambler either until she took all the cards in her hand and folded to some kingpin who said he would put her in the limelight. Now, she's just a girl you see getting pimped out. Because she wasn't willing to up the ante for her body, she's left with a spot on the X-rated top 10 list. But don't worry, I won't tell anyone that you happen to have her pimp's number in your contact list, or the fact that you're willing to finance a perverted dream by buying the video with her on the screen. Because she gambled with her body, you now have a chance to be entertained. But let me take a step back and be honest. I can understand how someone can get so caught up in Sin City, somehow ending up inside a casino, hearing the sound of money and those catchy little noises, with no intentions of sitting at the tables. But eventually, you do. I mean, I did. But placing the minimum bet on the board, keeping it simple with no hint of an addiction, trying to outwit myself by only betting what I could afford to lose. But all it takes is a little bit of money and the thrill of hitting it big, and before you know it, you're all in. And they keep bringing you a glass of juice for the freeski, enough to disrupt your equilibrium and keep you with a serious buzz, unable to clearly focus your eyes on reality. Because the way I see it, with all those chips on the table, somebody's got to come up, so it might as well be you or me, right? Amazing how often we forget that the favor is always with the house, and Terry Benedict has no need to play cat and mouse because you're already trapped. And they used your own cheese for the bait. So now you're so focused on winning and oblivious to how much you're losing. Not just your money, but a sense of control, maybe even respect. Better yet, could it be your mind, your body, your soul? But never mind all that, because I just made bank. I mean, the past 6 hands, I beat the dealer and I happened to double down at just the right time. So after a winning streak like this, you can either punk out and leave or stay for more. So without question, I stayed, steadily increasing my bets, hoping for a little bit more. True, it was going to take a bit of chance and a lot of risk, but I had to make it big. So you know what happens next? Pick up the dice, give them a little shake, and blow. What did I roll? Snake eyes. Now I know how Adam and Eve felt after they took that first bite, after they crapped out. So when I'm forced to leave the table, I'm shaken to my core because I bet it all. I completely lost control. Let's face it, I was a gambler. And the worst kind, because I had nothing left. Not only had I gambled my money, but my clothes, my cell phone, and my plane ticket too. So what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, unfortunately, and I was stuck in Sin City. Or so it seemed. At the end of my road of shame, without a dime to my name, sat this humble Jewish man set to make a deal with me. He said that he had been watching, constantly replaying all the security camera footage he had on me, and carefully explained that if I passed all my debt onto him, he'd win back everything that belonged to me. Everything. Everything? That's a lot. Apprehensive? Yeah, I figured I should learn my lesson, but the compassion in his eyes kept me from guessing. When the people walked by, they treated him like royalty. So this must be my lucky day, because the father of all dealers is asking me to gamble once more, take a chance, and place my bet on him. Only this time not red or black, but life instead of death. I never thought I was a gambler, but it took a trip to Sin City to make me realize that even though I was losing my money, I was gambling with my life. So it's not a question of being a gambler. Every day we take a risk on something in hopes of a favorable outcome. But if caught in Sin City, the odds are that you'll lose control. So the real question is, what are you gambling for?